Good morning, dear students. An animal is defined as a eukaryotic heterotrophic organism. Eukaryotic because of its defined nucleus, and heterotrophic because it depends on others for its food. But do you know that animals are far more superior to other living organisms because of their life skills like adaptation, acclimatization, etc. Today we will be studying all about the entire animal kingdom in this chapter called Animal Classification. In this particular presentation, I will try to make the chapter easy and effective, and by learning this chapter you will be able to identify, classify and describe a given animal specimen. The entire chapter has been conveniently divided into 7 presentations, each dealing with a type of concept. Happy learning! We all know that animal kingdom is very vast and diverse. To learn about the various hierarchies in animal classification or taxonomy, I give you a mnemonic, that is a slogan which you have to remember, which will help you to remember all the different stages of animal classification. And the statement is, kick permanently corona out of good schools. Now you all know all schools are closed because of this corona virus. So what is our aim? Kick permanently corona out of good schools. Let us see what do these alphabets stand for. Yes, they stand for kingdom, phylum, class, order, families, genus and species. We all are familiar with the bigger animals whom we see on a day-to-day basis. All these animals are basically classified or categorized into 2 broad categories. The animal kingdom is divided broadly into animals with backbones or animals without backbones. The animals with backbones are called chordates, and the animals without backbones are called non-chordates. If you notice to your left, you will see all the animals whom you generally see moving around in television or in your surroundings. But the animals denoted at the right, they are basically small, and you can easily recognize them as animals without backbones. They are called non-chordates. It is very easy to learn animals whom we see around us very easily. So we will be starting with the chordates who belong to phylum Chordata. They are the animals with backbones, and they are broadly classified into 6 classes. Imagine phylum Chordata as a mother who has 6 children, and they are all kept in 6 different classes: Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, and Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Of these 6 classes, the principal 5 classes are the vertebrates whom we see, like fishes, frogs, reptiles, birds and mammals. To see cyclostomata, you have to go deep sea diving and search in the seabeds. Let us now study the distinguishing characteristics of all the important classes of phylum Chordata. In this we have included the 5 major classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Learn them as one category and it becomes easy for you to remember. So what are the criteria that we are going to consider? First, exoskeleton. Second, respiratory organ. Next, mode of reproduction, followed by thermoregulation, that is the ability to maintain a constant body temperature, and finally the special features. You will notice that when you study it in this manner, it becomes easy for you to remember. For example, if you consider Pisces, Pisces include all fishes. Imagine a fish moving in water. How does it breathe? It breathes with the help of its gills. So respiratory organ is gills. You might have seen a fisherwoman clean the scales of a fish with her knife. So what is the covering on its body or skin? Yes, they are ectodermal scales. How does a fish propagate or reproduce? By laying eggs. So it is oviparous. And let me tell you children, a fish cannot control or keep its body temperature constant. So it is called a cold-blooded animal. And towards the end you will notice the special feature of fishes written as spindle-shaped body, and they swim with fins, etc. So similarly you can study the characteristic features of all the remaining classes. Learn them one by one and write it down in your notebook. I always believe in giving an assignment after a small concept. So copy this assignment in your notebook and try to attempt the questions. The answers will be given in the next lecture in the form of a PDF. Till then, happy learning. Bye.